Welcome to another Coach's Film Player Breakdown for Bring the Juice podcast. I'm Lawrence Owen, and today we are going to go over the Indianapolis Colts acquisition, free agent signing of TJ Carrie, formerly the cornerback for the Cleveland Browns. Carrie was a 2-year starter for the Cleveland Browns as a cornerback. And we're going to go over some of this film just to show you what Carrie brings to the Indianapolis Colts and what I think he does very well. To this specific clip is run support. We're going to see a couple run supports. He's really good at that. And in this clip, we're actually going to watch him tackle Todd Gurley, the beast formerly of the LA Rams. Now, as you see, he's pretty well off this line of scrimmage. He's about 8 yards off this line of scrimmage, but there's a reason. I mean, they got Cooper Kupp, Brandon Cooks. They got a very high, potent offense that can go downfield in a hurry. So you're going to see whether or not they're in zone or in man coverage, you're going to see Carrie a good ways off that line of scrimmage most of the time. Now, in this play, you're going to see Gurley in play action take the handoff right about here and go right off the side of the tackle, and Carrie's going to come up and help in run support and make this tackle. Let's watch this in regular speed just to see what we're looking at. There's the man in motion. Gurley looks over the defense, trying to decide whether he's going to take the snap or not, being the fact that he knew that the corners and the defensive backs are all deep. He's going to hand this ball off. At this point, he just handed the ball. Carrie stayed back. There's a reason why he stayed back. He had to wait until that play action was decided. If Gurley gets the ball, then he's got to move up to help and run support. If Goff kept that football, that's when he goes into, pass protection. So he's stuck pretty much where he was. He wasn't making any kind of move. Since no wide receiver or tight end came in his area, he just sat there and waited to watch. Now that happened, Gurley has the football. You can see they're all moving forward to try to converge on the tackle. Now, being that he is the right cornerback right now, he has all of this he has to protect against the run. All of this he's got to protect against the run. So he has contained responsibility. He has to make sure that Gurley does not decide, even if he stops here, it looks like he's going to go into this hole, he's got to make sure he doesn't do a little sidestep cut and break this thing outside. So as this plays up, you see Gurley breaks tackle in the backfield. Carrie is stuck right here. Now, he cannot go into this hole right away. He has to wait to make sure that, as I said, he does not break this outside. What happens? He doesn't. He comes in. He makes that tackle. Great job by Carrie. Now let's break this baby down as it's supposed to be. All right. Tight end goes in. Gets set. Goff looks over the defense, as I said before. The safety's creeping up just a little bit, but not too much. You got 7 people in the box, but you got just as many blockers up front. And you're heavy on this side. So this should be good. You notice he was taking a couple little slow steps backward, Carrie was, just in case someone decided to break out. Because Cooks and Kupp are actually pretty darn quick, so he's got to make sure. Now that handoff happened, he stopped his backpedaling. Now he's moving forward. He sees that Gurley breaks this tackle. Even around the hips, that arm tackle was not good enough to bring Gurley down. That tells you how powerful Todd Gurley is as a running back. All right, so arm tackles are not good enough to bring Gurley down. You have to take him out with your body. You got to put your shoulder pads on his thighs, around his knees, around his legs, his feet. You got to take him out low, and you got to use your body to do so, especially when Gurley's already, you're giving up not just height, but weight as a cornerback to the running back. So he comes up. He notices, you see how he's got kind of a wide stance here. He's making sure that he doesn't cut out. He notices that he has committed to this hole. Now at this point, Gurley is starting to tuck that ball, drop his shoulder pads, try to plow through Carrie. Carrie, as you see, has got his knees bent. He's got way low to the ground. He's getting ready to lower that helmet and try to get lower than Gurley. Because if he doesn't, he's just going to get knocked back. Gurley's going to get a whole bunch of extra yards by plowing through Carrie. Carrie knows the only chance he has to get Gurley down here is to make sure that he gets below Gurley's shoulder pads. He does so. Gets well low under, uses his body. Not just his shoulders, but I mean he brings his entire torso and just launches like a springboard with his legs into the lower body of Gurley, taking him up, decleating him, putting him up in the air. If a running back can't get traction with his feet on the ground, if his feet, as you see, are off the turf, he can't go anywhere. This was a great tackle by TJ Carrie. And in that process, if you look at the angle that he took, he used the other defenders as a sandwich to make sure. But like I said, you don't want to hit him on the same pad level as the other defenders, because all that can do is really, when you do something like that, you end up knocking the two defenders will end up hitting that offensive player and get knocked off. And the only one standing would be the offensive player with the football, and Gurley could have just ran down the field. You don't want that to happen. You want to hit at different pad levels. You want to put your pad level, when somebody goes high, you need someone else to go low. You can't hit at the same spot. Carrie did a great job getting very, very low. Great job by TJ Carrie. Good run support in this situation. On this next clip, we see another example of TJ Carrie coming up in run support against Todd Gurley, but this time it is a toss sweep, which is just off tackle, and Carrie does an excellent job of finding the right angle and tackle on this play. Let's go ahead and watch this in full speed so you can see what I'm talking about. There's the sweep. Carrie comes up. Bam. Great tackle. Great tackle for no gain at all. Now, the ball is hiked, and TJ is just now seeing that he's pitching this ball. As soon as Gurley has the football in his hand, you see he is sprinting forward. Sprinting, knowing, hey, this is a sweep. You can see kind of how the offensive line is all swinging out this way. At first, you're going to think this wide receiver is coming up to block Carrie, and he should. This could have been a huge gain had the wide receiver done anything to Carrie, even slowed him down. But that's not what happens. The wide receiver cuts back inside. Why he does this, I have no idea. Carrie's probably counting his luck right here, going, holy crap, are you telling me that I have a free edge defense here? This is absolutely outstanding for him. Now, Gurley's going to come right on the inside of the tackle. So he's got to make sure that he covers this whole area here is all Carrie. Now, he's got to slow down. Once he gets up here, he's got to square his legs. See how he stops? Because he don't know. Is he going to go inside the tackle, or is he going to take a cut outside? If he came up too close, Gurley could have made an outside stretch, but he doesn't. He slows down a little bit to make sure he knows where Gurley is heading. Once he sees where Gurley is heading, he makes the cut. A great angle to get to Gurley. Gurley, of course, is going to try to get a stiff arm, but TJ knows better. Look at that dive. Makes the connection at the hips to stop him. A lot of people wonder, why do players make the contact at hips and then slide down rather than tackle through? When you're a guy Carrie's size, who's giving up a lot of weight and a lot of height to the running back or whoever's carrying the ball, whether it be a running back, a wide receiver, a tight end, doesn't matter. If you're giving up size here, you're actually using your shoulder and his hips to make the connection so that you're able to wrap fully with your arms. When you slide down, then you just tighten the wrap with your arms as you slide down the legs so that you have a full grasp around one leg, one foot, one ankle, whatever it is. And as you see here, Carrie does that. He slides down, wraps that leg. Once he has that leg, Gurley's not going to be running anywhere with 190 pounds wrapped around an ankle. There's no way. So Carrie does an excellent job diving at the hips, sliding down, wrapping the ankle, dropping him for a no gain play. Beautifully done by Carrie. And as you see, as he hits the ground, he does a little roll with it to try to make sure that Gurley is off his feet, doesn't have balance anymore. You notice that as well with a lot of linebackers. When they hit and they wrap at the legs, they will roll. Because just because you have the leg doesn't mean that they might not be able to slip out. But if you're rolling with it, then they have to roll with you as well, or there's an injury. So he rolls, makes Gurley roll with him, make sure he's down, no gain. Beautifully done by Carrie. And he was well off the line of scrimmage when this ball was snapped. But because of his quick reaction and the fact that he knew that he had this edge, and that wide receiver for some reason is trying to block downfield rather than block Carrie, he ends up with a great, great play. On the third and final clip that we have of TJ Carrie and run support, we have a goal to go situation. And in a goal to go situation, your primary job is to try to make an impact play. You want either no yardage, negative yardage, or a turnover, because any positive yardage gets them that much closer to getting points. So TJ's mindset right now is make something happen. Let's watch this play unfold and see if he actually does that. All right. There's the play, snap, TJ. Well, look at that. He doesn't make the tackle in the backfield. So why is it that I have him highlighted on this play? He gets penetration, but he doesn't make the tackle. But that's okay. So as this play develops, we have a misdirection here going. You got the receiver running out towards the right, and that's going to shift the linebackers over. Then Goff is going to pitch out to Gurley on a sweep to the left. There's the misdirection. You see some linebackers starting to move. It's a fake handoff. There's no one here for Carrie to cover other than this guy. And he can't cover him because that's an offensive lineman and he's not eligible. Carrie knows this. So he knows he's got this edge here he's got to defend. He sees the ball in the air. Carrie now goes straight after. He moves so fast that this offensive lineman can't get a hand on him. You see how he takes a wide berth away so that the lineman can't get his hands on him, because if he gets his hands on him, he's done. That's going to be a block. He ain't going to be able to get anywhere near him. But he gets around the offense. Look at this. Oh my Lord. Beautifully done. All the way around that offensive lineman. Now Gurley's like, uh-oh, I can't go that way because Carrie set the edge. Heard that a lot. He's very good at doing that for a corner. He sets that edge, forces Gurley to go back inside towards the defenders, the rest of the defenders, the linebackers. Since he made that, he then dives at his legs. He doesn't make this tackle, but he dives, put enough force on him to stop his forward progression. That was beautifully done. Even though he can't make the play, he got a good grip, stopped his forward progression, and allowed the rest of the defense to come up and make this tackle for a loss. All that possible because TJ Carrie not only set the edge, but got away from that offensive lineman, took the right angle to get away from that offensive lineman so that he could force Gurley to make an inside cut towards the rest of the defenders on the Browns defense. This is absolutely great play by Carrie. Even though he doesn't make the tackle, he made the play happen. And that's all you need. It's just like DeForest Buckner, right? He may not make all the plays on the defensive line, but because of his play, it allows other players around him to make plays happen. Carrie just showed that he can do that as well. All right, so TJ Carrie's not a linebacker or a defensive lineman, so we're done showing run support here for the cornerback. However, in this play, TJ Carrie is about to cover someone on a drag route all the way across the field. This is one of the most difficult routes to defend because crossing in front of the quarterback has the ability to throw in front of the receiver and away from the cornerback. TJ Carrie does this entire defense right here, this coverage, absolutely perfect to a T. Let's go ahead and watch it. We got Carrie against the wide receiver right here. Let's keep an eye on him. And there they go. Crossing route. Good. Oh, beautifully. You can't cover that any better than that right there. All right, so as you see, the wide receiver is going to take off and go right behind the linebackers while you have this bunch formation right here do different things to try to open up this side of the field, which it happens. It happens. By the time the ball is thrown over here, it's just Carrie and the receiver. And the ball's hiked. We got the fake handoff, which Carrie's watching. Nope. Okay, he takes off with him. There is no one over here. No one. Goff is rolling out to his right. A little bit of hand fighting, which happens all the time between wide receiver and cornerback. Goff lines up, sees there's nothing over here. The only person that can cover this with this receiver going this direction is Carrie. If he catches this very well could end up being a touchdown if he goes towards the pylon, right? There he is. He pump fakes, throws. Now, as he throws, there's two people that this ball could be going to. It could be going to this receiver. It could be going to this receiver. And quite frankly, he probably should have threw it to this receiver. But this is a more accurate pass. And easier because he could lead the receiver a little bit on this. That's primary. That's the primary right here. This guy right here is second. If he was open, if there was a breakdown in coverage in the back, then he would have been the primary. But because there's no real breakdown, here's your primary. Carrie is covered. I mean, look at that. You can't even see. He is so close to the receiver, you can't see him. He's like, I'm not going to say a ghost because those of you Colts fans watching this know I can't call him a ghost at this point. But let's just say that he's on him like wallpaper, all right? You can't be any closer to a receiver than he is right now and not get called for pass interference. He is literally strapped to him like a backpack. Come on. The ball is in the air. Carrie then makes the break on it, cuts in front of the receiver, reaches out with that arm, knocks that ball down as the ball gets there. That is beautifully done by Carrie. Let's watch this from this point of view. All right. There's the snap. Rolls out to the right. Look, see? Now, if he Carrie's on him. That's a very tight right there. Throws the football. It was a little behind. The ball was a little bit behind. But it didn't matter if it was a little bit behind or well out in front of this receiver, because look how close Carrie is. When this ball is released, watch this. As that ball is, he is right up, stride for stride. I mean, look at that. His left leg is up when his left leg is up, right? He is literally mimicking this receiver dead on. There's the ball. It's up in the air, well over the linebacker. Linebacker can't make a play on that. And yes, it's in front of him, but look how close Carrie is. He's up in the air, leaning in. It would not have mattered where this ball was placed. The ball could have been placed here, and Carrie would have got his hands on it. This was beautifully covered by Carrie on one of the toughest routes that you can cover in the NFL. A long drag route from one sideline to the other. It is very difficult when you have your quarterback lined up. It did a rollout with the drag, meant to go either here or here. That was beautifully done by Carrie. You couldn't ask for a better coverage than that. Not at all. On the final clip of TJ Carrie, we're going to show you how much closing speed TJ Carrie has. Oh my goodness. Okay, so in this play, you're going to see two go routes. One of them's going to have a go route. One's going to have a go route with a comeback. And TJ Carrie actually has the coverage on that. He's got a deep zone. The entire defense is playing zone here. He's got a deep zone. He's going to be covering back here. TJ Carrie will be. Let's go ahead and watch this. There's the comeback. TJ breaks on the... Oh my God, that's a pick. Wow. Holy cow. All right, so he's covering really deep. Look at that. He's 12 yards off the receiver right here. Look at that. 12 yards off the receiver. Nice. It's a good formation. They got 2, 4, 6, 7 in the box. 4 deep. Ball's hiked. There's the play action. You got 2 receivers going deep. TJ Carrie is watching. He's the only one that's coming anywhere near his vicinity, his area, his zone. Goff looks at his first, sees he's covered pretty tight. Well, not tight, but he can't. It's a go route. So if he throws this go route, this guy's going to come down with the interception. He cannot throw the go route. Carrie's looking back at the quarterback. Now he's looking past the wide receiver, looking at the quarterback. He sees the quarterback wind up, looking right at him. That's telltale right there. He thinks he might be throwing deep. You see, he turned his hips. Then he saw the receiver make a hard cut, which tells TJ Carrie this is a comeback route. This is a back shoulder route. Carrie immediately stops and breaks hard as fast as he can right towards the sideline in front of the receiver. Dives. Oh, got it. What an interception. That closing speed on that pass was outstanding. A1 class closing speed on a very deep zone coverage by TJ Carrie. Beautifully done. Let's watch it from this angle. Now, there's not a lot here you can see until the ball is already in the air. But what this does, you see a lot of play action, and that usually will freeze a cornerback and safety and linebackers where they're at to make sure this ball is not handed off. He looks over at his first one, immediately looks over, gets his steps. He takes too long throwing this football. There he guns it. Carrie beautifully just dives right in front of that for an interception. Beautifully done. Now, the thing is Carrie broke on this ball before he released. You see he's breaking. He's breaking before the release. He's seen that he's cocked, he's ready to throw, and he breaks, anticipating where this ball's going. He has seen this play too many times to be fooled. All right, that is a first down. This is back. You see where the first down marker is right here at the 50-yard line. This is a play meant to look like he's going deep, but they're just wanting a first down. A lot of plays like that in the NFL. Carrie did not fall for the deep. Nope. He went straight. He broke on the play, closed that 12 yards he had on that receiver, got the interception, dove in front, got the interception. Good hands. That's a tough reception for a receiver, let alone a corner who, a lot of people say you're only a corner because you ain't got good hands. That catch right there shows some pretty darn good hands. And with that ends my coach's room film breakdown of TJ Carrie. I think TJ is going to really bring a lot of heat and competition to the cornerback room, the defensive back room of the Indianapolis Colts. He's going to bring that competition to Rocky Sin. He's going to bring that competition to Xavier Rhodes. He's going to fight for that number 1 and number 2 starting cornerback positions. So I hope you enjoyed this stream. I hope you enjoyed the film breakdown that I gave for Bring the Juice podcast for Cody and Derek. I'm Lawrence Owen. You can find me on Twitter at Colts_Law, and I have a channel here on YouTube as well, Lawrence Owen, LAWRENCEOWEN. Until next time, have a good one.